the news. Paige Bueckers has ended the debate with Rookie of the Year with Sona Citron. She put on a masterclass performance, but what is making headlines and really scratching people's heads and turning people's heads, not Paige Bueckers' actual performance, but the way the opposing teams all season long has been allowing her to score at will. Now, I know y'all finna say, John a Liquidator, why you lying? Why you making all this up? Just give credit where credit is due. And I'm going to give her credit. She's making some incredible shots, but let's be serious. There's no traps.
Okay, this is wild. Imagine dropping 44 points in a game so brutal it looked like a video game on rookie mode, only for the losing team to get caught red-handed in the messiest oops of the season. Yep, the WNBA drama has officially gone from highlight reels to courtroom-level chaos. Paige Bueckers put on a massacre, and now the whispers of cheating have turned into full-blown alarms. Buckle up, because this scandal makes reality TV look boring.
Bueckers, aka Sweet Pea, gave the Sparks 44 last night. Let's get into that footage. She's the only player this year to score over 40 points. You see the behind the back in and out layup. Let's break it down a little slow. Okay, here you see Paige's defender is going to anticipate the pick right here. Pick coming to her right and Paige's left. She's going to jump that pick. Paige sees her jump the pick. She takes the ball with her left, goes behind the back.
And get this, it's starting to feel spooky in the WNBA. Like Halloween came early and the referees forgot their whistles. Paige Bueckers just walked into a game, casually dropped 44 points, and somehow the only people sweating were the concession stand workers trying to keep up with popcorn sales. You'd think, after a rookie torches your defense for 10 straight buckets, somebody, anybody, might, I don't know, contest a shot.
Wide open looks, and I got the evidence here to prove it. And at the end of the day, Paige Bueckers is basically being propped upon to replace Caitlin. There's no doubt about it in my mind. This league would rather have Paige be the face of the league over Caitlin any day. I don't have anything personally against Paige. I like her as a player. I like her as a person. But when it comes to conspiracies, I got a job to do, and my job is supposed to fake and it's supposed to real. And the real of the matter is that Paige Bueckers is getting these open looks on.
But nope, defenses were acting like Paige was a VIP at a nightclub. Velvet ropes wide open, red carpet rolled out, bouncers waving her through with smiles. And before anybody screams about hating, let's make this crystal clear. Paige is good, really good. She can shoot, she can slash, she can pass. Nobody's denying that. But when defenses are out here looking like they're filming a State Farm commercial instead of guarding her, you start wondering, are we watching basketball or some scripted reality show where the ending's already decided?
Eh bien, nous allons parler de quelque chose qui, une fois de plus, est fortement imprégné de l'agenda de la WNBA. Et qu'est-ce que c'est, vous demandez-vous peut-être? Eh bien, c'est l'escalade, l'élévation d'une certaine Paige Bueckers.
And then people started saying, oh, she's better than Caitlin.
The only player in WNBA history to score 44 points in a single game. Rookie to score 44 in a single game. Now you see her on the block with a Michael Jordan, Kobe type of fadeaway. And one. Quit playing with my youngin' right there. Now you see her on the block. She working her way down to that block. She spinning pivot out the other way. Now she getting a little contact. Okay, the contact is cool. I'm gonna go up and under you. Okay, no, you still got some good defense on me. All right, well, let's just see, can you defend this?
But here's the thing. The headlines weren't about Paige's actual dominance. No, the real story had folks scratching their heads harder than a confused cat watching a magic trick. People noticed how suspiciously easy it was. We're talking wide open looks, free drives, uncontested jumpers. It was like the defenders were auditioning for a background role in Space Jam. Nobody even bothered to step in front of her. Double team, non-existent. Trap, never heard of it. Overall defense, packed up and went on vacation. You'd think after the first 10 points, coaches would scream, guard her like your rent depends on it. But apparently, in this bizarro WNBA universe, the defensive strategy was, let's just see what happens if she drops spoiler alert, what happens is exactly what you think. Paige, looking like Michael Jordan at a YMCA scrimmage. And the conspiracy crowd? Oh, they're eating this up. Some are already saying Paige is being propped up as the next face of the league, carefully ushered into the spotlight to replace Caitlin Clark as the golden child. And you know what? Watching that game, it's hard not to wonder, because Caitlin never, let me repeat, never got this kind of breathing room. She couldn't sneeze without two defenders trapping her. She couldn't blink without somebody lunging at her. Meanwhile, Paige is casually strolling into mid-range jumpers with defenders jogging behind her like they're on a morning walk.
Last night, Paige Bueckers went absolutely bananas against the Los Angeles Sparks. Now, picture this for just a second. I got back home last night around 12:30, like super late. I pull up my phone just for a little bit to see what's up, and I see this right here. Paige Bueckers with 44 points, 17 for 21 shooting, which is crazy. That's like 80%. 4 rebounds, 3 assists. She went crazy. I also caught this post here from StatMuse where not only did she tie the record for most points ever by a rookie, but she's also the first player in WNBA history to put up 40 plus points on 80+% shooting.
The evidence? It's everywhere. Look at the tape. Paige shoots a 3, and the defender is literally behind her. Not beside her. Not in front of her, behind her. Since when did defending from behind become a strategy? That's not defense, that's shadowing for cardio. And it happened again and again. Open lanes, no contests, defenders stopping mid-play like they forgot the rules. At one point, it looked like the opponent literally paused mid-run and just let Paige glide past. And sure, you can argue she's just that good. But come on, nobody's that good. Even Steph Curry gets double-teamed. Even prime LeBron got hard fouls to slow him down. But Paige, she gets wide-open practice shots in real WNBA games, while defenders clapped politely from the sidelines. Kelsey Plum seemed like the only one who remembered basketball still requires defense. She actually tried to slow Paige down, but the rest of the team, they were playing the invisible defense game. Hands down, eyes elsewhere, letting Paige rack up numbers like it was charity work. And here's the kicker. This wasn't just 1 or 2 plays, it was the whole game. Layups with nobody in the paint. Mid-range pull-ups with defenders socially distancing 6 feet away like it's 2020 again. 3-pointers where the nearest contests came from a fan in the 3rd row holding nachos.
Je veux dire, poignardez-moi dans l'œil avec une cuillère, bon sang. Waouh. Donc, c'est un truc en ce moment. Hier soir, Paige Bueckers a marqué 44 points. Et nous allons regarder une vidéo qui décortique et expose une grande partie de cette merde. Laissez-moi vous dire qu'elle expose beaucoup de choses concernant le traitement de faveur dont bénéficie Paige Bueckers sur le terrain. Elle a perdu le match d'hier soir. Et je ne parle même pas d'une vidéo qui expose la situation d'hier soir. C'est juste une vidéo qui expose beaucoup de sifflets spéciaux, de traitements spéciaux qu'elle reçoit, etc.
You can call it lazy defense. You can call it incompetence. But when it keeps happening over and over, it starts looking less like coincidence and more like choreography. Like somebody whispered in the locker room before tip-off, "Tonight Paige eats. Everybody else, take the night off." And of course, the debate exploded immediately. Paige versus Caitlin. Suddenly, people are claiming Paige is the better player, as if 44 points with 0 defensive pressure equals superiority. It's like comparing someone running a marathon against Usain Bolt. But Usain is carrying a backpack full of bricks. Caitlin had to drag her team to the playoffs under constant traps and harassment, while Paige is feasting on defenders playing matador defense. Olé, right this way, Miss Superstar. The absurdity writes itself. Paige might be great, but the treatment she's getting is suspicious. And if this is how the league wants to crown its next face, it's insulting to fans' intelligence. Because guess what? We notice. We see the wide open looks. We see the defenders casually standing around. We see the blatant difference in how Caitlin was guarded versus how Paige is treated. And let's be honest, Paige doesn't even need the help. She's talented enough to score without the league allegedly rolling out the red carpet. But the way it looks, the optics are terrible.
Have y'all ever heard the saying, comparison is the thief of joy? Because every time I see Paige have a good game now, the only thing I see on social media is Paige is really who we thought you-know-who was. And the you-know-who is referring to Caitlin Clark. Now, the reason this bugs me is that it diminishes Paige, right? It puts her in this hole that she can only be compared to Caitlin Clark, whereas her greatness can stand on its own 2 feet, right? As good as she has been since she stepped in the WNBA this season, as a rookie, can stand on its own 2 feet without having to constantly be compared to Caitlin Clark.
Because if the WNBA is truly letting her waltz into superstardom by playing defense optional, it's not just a Paige Bueckers highlight show, it's a bad look for the entire league. And don't even get me started on the playoff picture. Caitlin dragged her team into the postseason with every defense in America gunning for her. Meanwhile, Paige and Angel Reese are sitting at home, sipping smoothies, watching it all unfold. Yet somehow, the narrative is still, Paige is the one. A rookie drops 44, but instead of celebrating, we're dissecting the entire game like a bad reality show plot twist. Because in the WNBA right now, it feels less like competition and more like manufactured drama. And honestly, that might be the scariest part. So let's break down the receipts. Because if this game was a courtroom case, the evidence pile would already have the jury yawning. Exhibit A, the three-pointer where the defender is jogging behind Paige like she's late for a brunch reservation. Paige pulls up, smooth as butter, defenders still trying to figure out how physics works when you're 2 steps behind. Not a hand up, not a contest, just a free jumper that even middle school coaches would scream about.
If I was Paige, I would be in that locker room lighting people up. Ain't no way I put up 44 points and we still lost by 1. And the reason we lost by 1 is because there was no help side. And then, watched her go to the basket. Oh, that would send me through the roof. She a better team player than I am, because, boy, I will be lighting everybody up. I'll be sitting in the locker room calling everybody out by name, telling you what you didn't do, where you...
Exhibit B, the wide open lane. And when I say wide open, I mean you could drive a bus through that gap and still have room for the marching band. Paige strolls to the rim, lays it in, and the defender literally stops running. Stops, like the Wi-Fi went out and her controller disconnected. You can't convince me that's just bad defense. That's suspiciously convenient. Exhibit C. No traps, 0, not a zip. The strategy seemed to be stand near Paige, but not too close, or she might actually feel pressured. Remember how Caitlin Clark was double-teamed the second she crossed half court? How entire defenses were dedicated to making her life miserable? Yeah, none of that existed here. Oh my goodness, Paige is unstoppable. Well, yeah, she's unstoppable when the defense is doing cosplay as cardboard cutouts. Let's be real. If you or I were left that open, we'd probably get a couple buckets too. Not 44, but hey, at least 5. Now let's talk about the bigger picture, because this isn't just about one game. It's about the way the league seems to be steering the narrative.
Alright, is y'all capping at me? Or did Paige basically score 50? Did Paige just go for 50? Tell me y'all capping. Tell me y'all capping right now. There's no way she went for 50. I know it's 44, but I'm basically saying 50. She was 6 points away from it. She was 6 points away, bro. She was 6 points away from 50. 44 ball? That's how you feeling, Paige? Just go ahead and hand her the Rookie of the Year trophy already. Let's go ahead and do that, all right? Thank you.
For months, Caitlin Clark was the undeniable face, packed arenas, record-breaking ratings, dragging her team to the playoffs with sheer willpower and 3 defenders hanging off her shoulders. But now, suddenly, Paige is getting the full Cinderella treatment, and conveniently, it's happening right when the league could use a new, shiny poster girl. You don't have to be a conspiracy theorist to notice the patterns. Paige is marketable, Paige is talented, Paige fits the safe narrative. So what better way to elevate her than by letting her put on a 44-point clinic with defenders that might as well have been holding the door open? It's the perfect highlight reel. Look at Paige dominating, while fans who actually watch the game are squinting like, wait a second, is nobody else seeing this? And this is where it gets hilarious. Because while Paige is being gifted wide open looks, Angel Reese is out here struggling, eliminated from the playoffs again. Caitlin, meanwhile, dragged her team across the finish line like a parent carrying their kid out of Disneyland after a 12-hour day. Yet somehow, the Paige propaganda machine is louder than a marching band. Let's not pretend we haven't seen this before. Sports leagues love to manufacture stars. The NBA did it. The NFL did it. Heck, even WWE does it. And at this point, the WNBA feels dangerously close to borrowing storylines. Paige as the chosen one, Caitlyn as the rival, Angel as the scrappy sidekick who never quite makes it. It's practically writing itself. The only thing missing is a steel chair and an entrance theme.
All the talk. She heard all the Paiges in Rookie of the Year. Paige can't carry. Paige doesn't. Paige is just consistently losing. And by the way, they lost this game. They did not lose this game because of Paige. Like, again, look, I don't hate the last possession. I don't hate like that like I don't really necessarily hate Paige not going for it. But yeah, it doesn't really matter at this stage. It doesn't really matter. Like, everyone's going to be in my ear being like, oh, you're a Paige hater, you're a Paige hater. I was like, yes, I am a Paige hater. And my reason for being a Paige hater is I think Paige Bueckers can be the best guard.
And the fans? Oh, they're divided like a Thanksgiving family dinner. Half are chanting Paige's name, insisting she's already better than Caitlyn. The other half are face-palming so hard they're leaving dents in their foreheads. Because anyone with eyes can see the difference in treatment. Caitlyn had defenses breathing down her neck every possession, while Paige is getting the after you ma'am treatment on every drive. Imagine being Caitlyn for a second. You're out here battling triple teams, getting knocked to the floor, carrying your franchise into the playoffs, and then watching Paige rack up 44 like she's in a charity exhibition game. And she's still at home watching Caitlyn play postseason basketball. But hey, why let facts ruin a good storyline? Now let's rewind and really emphasize this point. Paige is not a bad player. In fact, she's incredibly skilled. She has great court vision, a killer mid-range, and the confidence to take over games. Nobody is denying that. What we're questioning is why defenses are treating her like a charity case. Why she's allowed to run free while other rookies, especially Caitlyn, are hounded like fugitives.
We're also acting like Caitlin Clark has not been injured for this entire season, right? And to act like and use Paige being successful this season as some sort of demerit to Caitlyn, as if she's not nasty when she's on the court, is just ludicrous, for lack of a better term. It doesn't make any sense. Paige is great in her own right, and she will be and continue to be one of the best players in the WNBA for years to come.
And maybe, just maybe, it's because the league wants Paige to shine. Maybe they see her as the safer bet, the face they prefer to plaster on billboards and commercials. It's not about her talent, it's about optics. And if that's true, then what we're watching isn't just basketball. It's theater, and not even good theater, more like low-budget daytime soap opera theater. The thing about conspiracies is that they don't need to be true for people to believe them. They just need to feel possible. And when you watch Paige's highlights from that game, it doesn't just feel possible, it feels obvious. Like if you're going to rig the show, at least make it subtle. Throw in a double team or two, pretend you're trying. But no, the defenders look like they were allergic to guarding her. Maybe they got a memo, don't touch Paige, she's delicate, let her cook. And let's not forget, Paige isn't even known as a three-point sniper. She's a mid-range killer, a crafty scorer. But in that game, it was like the defense gave her the keys to every zone on the court. Layups? Go ahead. Pull-ups? All yours. Open threes? Don't mind us. We'll stand over here and tie our shoelaces.
44 points. Paige Bueckers scored 44 points in a single game in her rookie season. She just beat Candace Parker's record, and that's the most points scored by anybody in a single game in the whole season, with an 81% field goal percentage. Are you kidding me? If she's not your rookie of the year, I don't know what you guys are thinking.
At some point, you stop calling it bad defense and start calling it suspicious cooperation. Because what we watched wasn't competitive basketball. It was a staged exhibition with Paige as the headliner And if the WNBA thinks this is the way to build hype, they're playing a dangerous game, because fans don't like feeling played. The irony is delicious though, because even with all the help, even with all the hype, Paige still isn't the one carrying her team into the playoffs. The same Caitlin who's been hounded, trapped, and bodied all season long. Not long ago, Caitlin was the league's darling, the ratings queen, the attendance booster, the reason casual fans were tuning in. Imagine being Caitlin, doing all the dirty work, carrying all the pressure, only to watch Paige get praised for layups where defenders literally waved her through like traffic cops. That's the kind of irony that deserves its own Netflix special. And let's not gloss over the fact that Paige's team is done.
Unbelievable. Unbe-effing-lievable. Shout out Paige Bueckers for winning Rookie of the Year. Look, I thought Sonia Citron had overtaken her. The only way Sonia Citron even gets back in the conversation is if the Mystics make the playoffs. And had the Mystics beat the Sun, we're in a different conversation here. We're in a very different conversation here. But I'm sorry, awards, Rookie of the Year, MVPs, they're about moments as much as anything. Look, like we all remember Michael Carter-Williams winning a Rookie of the Year because of essentially...
So, let's paint the picture one more time. Caitlin steps on the court, and instantly, two defenders glue themselves to her. She's fighting through double screens, getting bodied every possession, hacking her way into points that should count double for the amount of effort required. Here's where it gets spicy. If the WNBA really is trying to prop Paige up as the new face, they're risking the one thing they can't afford to lose: our trust. Until then, all this hype is built on sand. So let's call it what it is. Paige Bueckers had a 44-point showcase, courtesy of defenses that forgot their job description. Was it impressive? Sure. In the same way it's impressive when a kid dunks on a mini hoop in their driveway. The real question is, how long will the WNBA keep trying to sell us a storyline we're not buying? Because if this continues, fans won't just be questioning the defense, they'll be questioning the league itself. And once that trust is gone, no amount of red carpet scoring nights can bring it back.